Okay then, this part requires the previous tutorial of this series, part 1 Decals and part 2 Sounds. Click on the annotation if you haven't finished them. That said, we search for the particle system by the name of p-fire in the root folder content. It should be there if you loaded starter content assets. Once located, we copy it to our effects folder. Then, we proceed to create the surface materials for our shrapnel meshes. Followed by assigning our new materials to each mesh accordingly and applying a 26 DOP simplified collision. Now we open up our p-fire particle system and delete the unnecessary emitters, followed by adding an emitter with the type of mesh data. Once the module is added, we can add our first mesh, in this case metal, and set the initial size module to something around 0.01 and 0.03. Now we need to make a few modifications to all our emitters. Required module, emitter loops, set it to 1. Spawn rate, set it to 0. And on our burst list, we modify the count value to a value between 3 to 10. Then we proceed to add the next list of modules for our mesh emitter. Constant acceleration with a C value of -3000. Init mesh rotation with a 1 value to all the max axis. Actor collision with the values and booleans shown in the screen. Init mesh rotation rate with a 0.5 value to all the max axis. Once this is all done, we proceed to name our new emitter to metal impact and duplicate it 2 times, naming our duplicates stone impact and wood impact. On our stone shrapnel particle system, we replace our mesh with the shrapnel stone model and set the initial size module to a value between 0.2 and 0.35. Followed by setting our velocity module to a value between 1000 and 2000 on the max z-axis. Then on our third particle system, wood, we replace our mesh with the shrapnel wood model and set the initial size module to a value between 0.03 and 0.07. Followed by setting our velocity module to a value between 1000 and 2000 on the max z-axis. Keep in mind that all the provided values, with the exception of the actor collision module, are up to your particle behavior needs, caliber, speed, particle amount, etc. Once we are done with our particle systems, we proceed to add them to our decal structure by creating 3 array variables with the type of particle system and populating them accordingly by material type. Then, once more, we open up our first-person character blueprint and we use our decal function to retrieve the new data, storing it in a new variable with the type of particle system. Lastly, we use a spawn emitter at location connected to our new particle system variable. Also, we connect the location to our impact point and our rotation to a make rod from C connected to impact normal. And that's it. Let's give it a test run. And just as a reminder, your particle behavior needs may vary. Adjust initial velocity, drag, and initial size as you see fit.